Hey, welcome friends. Alan Lee here with Honestly Handyman Services out of Sacramento, California. And today I wanted to talk about health insurance and the handyman business. This is a common topic, especially on people who want to start a handyman business. This is definitely something that you need to think about when you are leaving your job or thinking about leaving your job, is health insurance, how you're going to get health insurance, what you're going to do for your family. So, health insurance, let me preface this video saying that these are just my views. I would say do what you think and feel is best for your family. Do as much research as you can. Just really think about it. Talk with your wife. Talk with your family about health insurance before you make any drastic decisions. These are only my opinions, and if you don't agree with them, that is completely fine. That is, after all, what makes America America, is that we all have our own opinions and we can all think for ourselves. So anyway, health insurance. I think, so let me tell you guys a story first, because I like telling things through stories. Okay, so when me and my wife first got married, I had a job at a farm. I was the head mechanic at a farm. The farmer didn't offer any health insurance. So I had my own health insurance through, I think, Anthem Blue Cross or something. I don't even know if they're still around. I don't know. But anyway, so I think I paid about $300 a month for my own health insurance. My wife had her own health insurance as well. She paid because she didn't have an employer that paid health insurance either. And so what we did, so when we first got married, my wife had some health issues where we had to go and see a specialist. And we would go see the specialist, and we would use my wife's insurance. And we would have to pay them $200 cash that day. So we'd pay the doctor $200 cash, and then the insurance would cover the rest of the bill. Which, on the bill statement, we found out the rest of the bill was $500. So total bill for this doctor was $700. We would pay $200, the insurance would pay $500. Sounds like a great deal. I mean, we're paying the lesser amount of the two, so it seems good. But anyways, okay, so fast forward a few years, we decided that we should save some money and we should go with a different kind of health care. And we got signed up with Samaritans ministry. And now this is a Christian-based health network, so it's different than insurance. It is a health share program. So basically, every month you pay your fee, whatever that is, regarding how many people you have in your family, to a specific person. So say Sally down the street broke her leg, and she submits a care to Samaritan's Ministry. Well, then we would then write our check of our monthly payment directly to her, and she would go and cash it, and we could also give her a note or words of encouragement or whatever. And then one month a year, you would pay to Samaritan's Ministry to cover like their overhead costs and their staffing and all this and that. But the other 11 months out of the year, you would be paying directly to the person, whether it's, Johnny or Sally or Sue or whatever. And same with us. If we had a care, when we would go into a doctor, we would say we're paying in cash. And then the doctor would charge us, we would give them money. If it was less than $200, I think it was $200, don't quote me on that because this was a while ago, then we would just pay cash and we wouldn't submit anything to Samaritan's Ministry. If it was over $200, then we would submit it to Samaritans and we would get reimbursed by the same members that we paid or whatever, because there's members all over the world. So John down the street would pay us to cover our medical expenses. Okay, so let's backtrack to the specialist that we had to see. So after we, dropped our insurance, well, actually, it just came back to me of why we switched from insurance to Samaritan's Ministry. Because during the, I don't want to get political, during one of the acts, my insurance was going to go up $300 a month, and Laura, my wife, she totally got cut off. They were not going to insure anymore. So at that point, we decided to go with Samaritan's Ministry. Sorry, the story is coming back to me as I'm telling it. So anyways, okay, so after we got Samaritan's Ministry, we had to go back and see the specialist. We go back in and we're kind of freaking out because we're like, oh man, now we're going to have to pay $700 to this guy. Like, because we don't have insurance anymore, right? So we go in, we get the procedure done, no big deal. we tell them, they say, okay, what's your insurance? And we say, oh, we don't have insurance, we're paying with cash, because that's what you're supposed to do with the Samaritans ministry. And she pulls out this paper, I'll remember this, and she said, are you paying with credit card or cash? And I said, cash. And she said, okay, $30. And I was blown away. $30 for the same thing that used to cost totally $700? I was just blown away that something could be like that. And we asked her why, and she said, well, insurance just inflates things so much, and if you pay cash, I mean, they're getting money right up front, so they're not having to rely on, negotiating with insurance, and it really lowers their costs as well. So that really just kind of like sunk it in for us. Well, maybe there is something to this cash program. And we've been to other doctor's visits down the road, and same thing we see is we tell them that we're paying cash. They pull out this paper of, kind of like an algorithm, I guess, of what you should pay for cash, and it's always considerably cheaper than we would pay when we had insurance. So we still have Samaritans ministry, and it's a little bit different because when you have a family, husband and wife and a kid, then it's a little bit more expensive. But I don't think it's more expensive than insurance. So that's what we have. So we technically do not have insurance. It is covered under the Obamacare Act, so we do not get fined at the end of the year. So we are not taking any tax money from people to pay for our health insurance, which I think is good. And so, yeah, we pay for it all strictly out of our pocket. And then if we do have a bill that goes over that $200 threshold, then, Joe from down the street pays us. We have never had that. The only time when we have had that is right now through the pregnancy. My wife is currently pregnant, if you guys don't know. She's due in May, and super excited about that. And so we have a bill, and so we've just submitted that to Samaritan's Ministry, and it's been super awesome. The money has already come in. It's already paid for, so that's super great. I mean, I love it. And so that is my thought on health insurance, and so that was my decision to go to that. So that really helps me out when I am self-employed, because you don't need an employer to pay for that. There are insurance plans that you can get as an individual, and you don't need an employer to pay for. Your business can also pay for your health insurance for yourself if you make enough. If that is feasible. You can have your business or your LLC pay your health insurance as an employee of your business. Because as an LLC, I am the employer and I'm the employee of my business. So there are a few different options. I hope this answered some questions for you guys. I hope maybe it just kind of expand the thought that, what insurance is. I think insurance is great, and I think going to see the doctor is great and definitely a good idea. But I don't think that we need to rely on traditional insurance as we've been brought up to know it. I think there are different ways out there, and I would just highly encourage you guys to check it out. Check out a few different things. Liberty Health Shares is one you guys can check out. Samaritan's Ministry. There's also another one called MediShare. And these all have different requirements. Some of them require you to sign a pledge saying you're not going to use tobacco, you're not going to drink, and that's just for good health practices. But and some of them don't. So I would definitely do your research, figure out what's best for you and your family, talk with your family, and see what you would want to do there. But that's what I do for health insurance as a self-employed person. Like I said, you can also go the traditional healthcare route. That's not a problem. And you can definitely pay for that and get that covered through your business. So anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And leave me a comment in the comment section below with ideas of videos that you would like me to make and what you would like to hear me say. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great day.